All right, we are back once again for our relationship gist episodes. So, welcome back once again. We appreciate our subscribers and everyone who has been with us through these episodes. Those have been watching the videos. We ask that you watch, contribute, share, and as well like. So, today we are going into our episode 4 on relationship gist, episode 4. So today we are going to be talking. I'm going to be talking about another important topic relating to relationship, and the topic of today on is actually talking about fears, relationship fears. When you talk about relationship, there are certain challenges and certain fears that is associated, and these fears, I should say, they are normal. Sometimes they are there, but most importantly is understanding and knowing how to handle these fears, because the way you handle it is going to determine if your relationship is going to work, if your marriage is going to work. Yeah, of a truth, the fears are going to be there, but the way it's being handled matters a lot. So, like I said, there are certain fears that commonly occurs or surfaces any relationship, any marriage, but the way we handle it determines whether it's going to make our relationship, make our marriage, or mar it or destroy it. And today I want to pick up some of those fears. It may not be all, but the little we have today, I want to bring it up while we talk about it, so we can as well learn from it. So I'm going to pick out the number one thing I lighted, um, this fear of he or she is going to leave me. This happens in marriage, this happens in relationship, this happens in courtship. The fear that either he or she is going to leave you, like he's going to leave me or she's going to leave me. It comes from the both side. When this kind of fear exists, it leads to some certain unwanted reactions and behaviors, which are is very, very detrimental to our relationship, to our union. The fear of he or she is going to leave me. If you have this fear, if you fear this abandonment, I call it the fear of abandonment, you will likely have such thoughts. If you have fear within you, remember we're talking about relationship fears. So if you have this fear, the fear of abandonment, if you have this fear in you, you're going to have the fear, this, this the mindset of abandonment. And you are going to likely have some other thoughts, which the thought is this, always thinking that the people who I love will leave me. That is fear of abandonment. It will lead to this kind of thoughts. The people I love, they are going to leave me. Another thought that comes out, another thought that this fear produces is this thought like no one has ever been there for me. When you have this fear of abandonment, these thoughts will always spring out of you in your marriage, in your relationship. So you got to handle them properly, or you will destroy a lot of things. So, like I said, the fear of like the people having this thought, the people who I love will leave me. Another thought that comes from this fear, when this fear exists in you, the fear of abandonment, the fear of people leaving you, is you're going to have this thought like no one has ever been there for me. Another thought that this thing produces is the people I have been close to are unpredictable. You always have this mentality and this mindset that everybody that you're close to are unpredictable. I can't predict any of them. I don't even know what to say about them. I don't even trust any of them. I don't even trust him in particular. I don't even trust her in particular. Even if we are married already, I don't have this total trust. Also in courtship, even if we're in courtship, I don't have this total assurance because of the fear that is existing in you. Yes, another thought that this thing produces is, having the mind that at the end of everything, I will be left alone. That so with this now, whatever you are doing, you're having this mindset that I'm going to be left alone. At the end of all this, I will be left alone. At the end of everything, I'm going to be abandoned. I'm going to be left alone. So when this occurs, you will have the tendency to overgeneralize everything. You're going to overgeneralize everything, and you're going to read, into people's behavior around you abnormally and wrongly. Having this kind of fear will give you some certain thought and push you into generalizing everything, reading into people's behavior, people's actions, people's that are around you, those around the partners, those around your spouse. It will push you having this behavior of generalizing things and reading into their behaviors because of your victim mindset, because you've made up your mind that you are gathering this kind of fears and these fears around you, so you have already victimized yourself and your mindset. So all of those things will be produced, and most of those things are false, are not actually truth, but because of that fear that exists in you, the fear of abandonment, all of those things will come. And when these fears come, when these thoughts are produced, what follows? Why we're saying this is that so that you'll be able to checkmate all this and get them corrected, get them handled. Certainly, those things will once in a while spring up, but the way you handle them matters so much. So when these things happen, certain things will begin to happen. Maybe uh, you know. Uh, unknowingly to you, or it will just happen like that. You just see yourself, you know, moving towards that angle. Uh, Maybe not what you planned. So when this fear of abandonment is existing, sometimes you may become too, how do I put it now? You are going to become too involved with people who are unavailable, because you feel the people that are available, people that are around you, the one that is around you, your husband or your wife or your partner, husband to be, wife to be, that is around you, you feel they are unpredictable. You have this fear existing in you. So it will give you the push. You become involved with people who are unavailable. Yes, you'll be forced to begin to try to build some level of connection, level of relationship. It may be neutral at the beginning, this kind of attachment with people outside who are not actually available for you, but you wouldn't know. They live in a different locations, they are in another relationship entirely, but because you feel the ones around you, the one presently with you, the people around you, this thing is by extension, not just in relationship matter or emotional stuff, or when it comes to affairs, but beyond all kind of relationship that exist. If this kind of fear is present in us, these are the things it will result to. People who are in a different location, people who are even in a different relationship, these things will come. Beside this, you will see yourself becoming too clingy, like at every moment you feel no, enough. Once I am not in this particular place, something wrong is going to happen. Once I am not in this scene, something else is going to happen. Once I'm not featured in this scene, something unwanted is going to happen. So this is not normal. This is wrong. You see yourself struggling and overworking yourself abnormally in the relationship and in the marriage, which ought not to be so. Learn to control those fears, put them down, and Just commit everything to God. Work out everything you need to work out and let the rest be. So when this fear exists, you may see yourself, you start arguments consciously. You start argument consciously or even unconsciously. Arguments at every little stores and little things, arguments will occur. You just bring it up consciously or unconsciously. And this can turn into self-fulfilling prophecy. What do I mean? The, the Bible said in Job, Job said, "What I fear has come upon me." When this kind of fear is existing, sometimes it pushes you unconsciously or consciously into argument. This can turn into self-fulfilling prophecy. What is self-fulfilling prophecy? What you have always wished, what you have always conjured in your mind, what you have always feared, what you have always concluded on. Because of what is happening, it will definitely be fulfilled. So, in other words, what you fear has come upon you. And you may likely said, "I knew this from the beginning." No, you worked it out and it happened. So, because of this, you push others away unknowingly. You push others away, people that are good, people that are loved, you push them out unknowingly to you. And you'll be asking yourself, what really happened? Well, perhaps I've seen it right from the beginning. No, you saw nothing. You were only walking on the ground of fear. These fears could be discussed, these fears could be handled and managed. So don't let them destroy your home, your union, or your relationship. So another fear again that I like us to discuss and talk about is, having this mentality of I just know I'm going to be I'm going to get hurt. This mindset that I know I am going to be hurt. You go into a marriage, you go into a relationship, and you beat up your mentality that I know I'll be hurt. I'm expecting it. So someday, somehow, I know I am going to be hurt. So because of this, it will certainly come because you've built your mindset, you've built yourself that one day you will be hurt. You are expecting it. You are believing that it's going to come one day. And why will it not come? When you have built your mentality, you have built your consciousness, and you've built everything around you, that certainly this thing is going to come. This thing is going to come. If you don't correct it, it may become a problem. If you don't correct it, it will result to some certain things that you don't wish to experience. So the fear of or this mindset of like, I just know I'm going to get out one day. When this kind of fear exists, when this happens in you, your subconscious thought and mind will be patterns. It will be conditioned on that angle, on that aspect that yes, I know I'm going to get out one day. So you feel everyone that comes around you are going to hurt you. This will destroy your relationship. This will destroy your marriage, and it will even prevent you from entering into any marriage or into any relationship or courtship if you have not. So correct them, build them, manage it. Throw that mindset of like, I just know I'm going to get out one day. In fact, you are waiting for it. You've built your conscious thought and mind towards it. And when this happens, this may include something like I will always get hurt by people close to me. You just build it up. It's part of you. I know. Sometimes you ask yourself, why is that I always get hurt by people that are close to me, people that are around me? It's because of the fear you have. You have built it. So at every slightest thing, you are going to convert it, and it will become hurt to you. So it will lead to something like I know I will always get hurt by people who are close to me. Another thing it will lead to is that people will take advantage. You have this thought that people will always take advantage of me if I don't protect myself. Yes, because of that mindset you have built in you already. In your relationship, in your marriage, you try to be protective, because you feel everybody around you are going to take advantage of you. This thought will always be there. People around me will take advantage of me if I don't protect myself. So you're looking for every means to protect yourself. You're looking for every medium, every words, every actions and behaviors to get yourself protected. And when something like this continually occurs and happens in your marriage, in your relationship, it will definitely bring it down. To bring it down. And if you've not gotten into any marriage or into any union or into any relationship, it will definitely prevent you. It will not it will not give you a successful bliss on it. It will, when you have this fear, this mentality of I just know I'm going to get hurt, it will bring a lot of things out of you. Things like this. If I trust much, I will be abused. If I trust too much, I'll be abused. In fact, I have trusted before now and I am abused. It was abused. So if I trust much, I'm going to be abused. So for that reason, I don't trust anybody. Even my own husband, I don't trust him. Even my own wife, I don't trust her. So I can't, in fact, I don't even trust myself. So I don't trust anybody. There is nothing anybody will do. Yeah, of a truth, we're in the world that trust is scarce, but you just have to build it. You just have to trust. You have to build it to an extent. So if you have this fear in you, this mentality in you, it's going to produce this kind of thought. If you trust, if I trust much, I'm going to be abused. So for that reason, you're only bringing up the opposite of it. And if this happens because of this, you will see yourself. You are constantly on guard for any sign of betrayal. You are expecting betrayal at every moment. You're on guard. You don't sleep at night. Um, in fact, you have turned to spiritual security and angle. You're on guard, expecting every form of betrayal because you've built your mindset on that aspect. So at every little action and behavior, what I'm thinking, what I've been expecting, is it that a betrayal? You're always ready to resist and to find out betrayal all around you. I spend so much time on that. When you can be relaxed and build a marriage and build a relationship to the glory of God. So, because of these fears, you will always suspect interior motives, even when it doesn't exist. You see yourself expecting interior motives. Everything someone does, you want to bring out interior motive out of it. Someone comes around you, you feel something that is attached to it. Somebody helps, you feel what is the reason behind this assistance. Let me tell you a little story. Someone was giving me a story, not really a story, was just trying to tell me something one day. He said, "Do you know why it is that people don't normally help again this time around? You know why? When you try to help someone, let's say for example, someone asks for money or needed money, even without asking, and you try to give a hand of service, you render assistance to the person. The person will first of all say, even if he doesn't say that in your presence, aside, people around him, people that are close to him will even like, but wait, why did he even give me money? Wait, why did she even give you money? How can somebody just give you money? How can somebody just give you money? Eh? Are you sure there's nothing attached to it? No, no, no. Think about it. You see your life. How can somebody just give somebody money? What is wrong in doing that? But because of the way you've built yourself, your relationship, you won't enjoy it. Your marriage, you won't enjoy it. Nobody can assist you in your marriage. Nobody can give a rendering, a helping hand in your relationship. Nobody can assist. Nobody can even come close to you. Nobody can even approach you because you feel everyone coming around you is coming to, they just want to like get advantage of me and work out. They just want to be. So you're always expecting, suspecting interior motives, even when it doesn't exist. It's that kind of things that happens that destroys our unions and marriages. Okay, so if this happen too, if this kind of fear exists in you, you are going to also find out that you will find it difficult or impossible to be vulnerable. It will become difficult for you to be vulnerable. You can never. How will you be when you've worn yourself with a garment of resistance and all of that? So you will see yourself becoming difficult, being impossible to be vulnerable. And for every relationship to work, for every marriage to work, there must be some level of vulnerability. You must be vulnerable. Yes. So check out all this and get them corrected before it will be too late. Not just that, when this fear exists in you, if it's not handled perfectly and correctly, you will see yourself lashing out at others as a way, to protect yourself from the abuse you expected. So you feel, no, 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 no. I think this guy is trying to enter into another dimension. I think this my husband is trying to enter into another angle. I think she's trying to enter into another angle. So before you know it, you don't want that to happen. You don't want to embrace that. So before you know what's happening, you just lash out. So you lash out on people, you lash out on anyone around you just to protect yourself from the abuse you have always expected, even when it may not even occur, even when it doesn't exist. All right. I don't know why this is going on. You find it interesting. You feel there are some things you need to contribute and to comment. Drop it. Then we can share this together and learn together. All right. And another one again, the third one I would like to point at the third major point. Like I've mentioned, number one, I talk about the fear that he or she is going to leave me, and we have seen a lot of things it will bring out. We have also talked about having this fear, this mindset that I just know I'm going to get hurt. It's a kind of fear. It's a kind of mentality. I just know I'm going to, be hurt. I'm going to get hurt. So with this, you will see a lot of things springing out and coming out of you that are not supposed to be so. Okay, so the third major point is this. When this the third major fear I like to point out is this, you have this fear that he or she won't be there for me when I need him or her. He's not going to be there for me. She's not going to be there. So, as in, you made up your mind that in the future, even when it has not even occurred, in the future, he is not going to be there for me. I just know that. She's not going to be there for me. I just know that. How did you know? You've turned to God that is, you know everything. You know the future. You can predict the future 100%. Because when this fear is existing, everything you think of about this aspect, you feel it is just 100% accurate. No, no, sir. No, man. So when this fear exists, this fear of he or she won't be there for me when I need him or her. So if this fear exists, with this fear will result to thoughts like, I don't get, how do I put it? I don't get level up, or I don't get the level of love that I need. So when this mentality is there, when this fear is there that this person is not going to be there for me when I need him or her, so you will definitely have this fear. You are going to bring out this mentality. You are going to have this conclusion that I don't get the level of love that I need. You just feel that nothing that comes from others to you is enough. You feel you needed above that, so on that ground you feel they are not going to be there for you, or they are not there for you, or they're not going to stand, or they will not stand for you, because you feel what they are doing, what he is doing, what she is doing at this point and at this time is not just enough. It is less than what you deserve. It is less than what you need. This is a wrong ways of handling fear, and this is because you allowed it to grow, outgrown, and become too grown in you. Another thing that this fear will result to is a thought that I don't have any who really cares about me. You feel nobody cares about you. You feel it doesn't care enough about you. Even when it's trying to do its possible best, you just feel it doesn't care enough. Even when she is trying to do her possible best, you just feel she doesn't care about you. Doesn't even if yeah, even if it tries to, you just does he really does he really care? Does she really care? Even when you see some certain things that she's doing, he's doing, your mind is, does she, that really must enter. Does he really? Does she really? All of those things, when these things are happening and going on, you would not enjoy the best of your marriage. You will not enjoy the best of your relationship. Most importantly, in your relationship leading to marriage, godly relationship. Take notes. So, because of this, you become angry, you become demanding when you don't get what you need. So when you feel, does it really care? Is it really genuine? So you beat yourself in this way, like you just want to demand for more. You become demanding, you become angry, and you become demanding when you feel you didn't get what you need. So once you didn't get what you wanted, once you didn't get what you need, you say, you see, I said it, it doesn't really care. I said it. She doesn't really care. Are you sure this marriage is going to work? Are you sure this marriage is going to continue? Are you sure this relationship is going to lead us to marriage? So you will always be demanding. You always be angry when things doesn't go the way you expected or you wanted. You see yourself getting drawn to wrong people who reinforces your isolation. When you build your mindset on this, fear, this fear has taken all over you. You see yourself being drawn to the wrong people. Yes. You feel the one that is outside at the bed, you are drawn to them, and actually they are the wrong ones. It's not because they are bad people, it's not because they are worst, but they are not the right people for you. They're not, he's not the right person, she's not the right person. So automatically they become the wrong people for you, and they will reinforce your isolation. These things will destroy our relationship. This thing will destroy the marriage that was built. If you're already in marriage, when this fear comes, it destroys what has been built. God will help us. So when this kind of fear comes, you don't open up anymore because you believe she won't be there for me. This kind of fear. So it's going to produce the thoughts, the reactions, and the behavior such as you don't open up anymore in anticipation of being disappointed by their response. You see yourself hiding a lot of things. You feel, if I open up, I'm going to be disappointed. This is what I call um, wrong assumption, wrong conclusion, wrong. You have already concluded conclusion. You are assuming assumption wrongly. So you don't open up because of this anticipation of being disappointed by the response. Wrong. Wrong. These things will affect the marriage. These things will affect the relationship. These things will affect the courtship. Sometimes, because of this, you often resent others. You resent others automatically because you aren't getting what getting the love and understanding you needed. What do I mean? You resent others. You try to push them out automatically, try to separate automatically because you feel you are not getting the love and the understanding you need. Because you've built your mind that everybody should just understand it the same way you want it. So if it is not done that way, you try to like, no, 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 go, 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 because you feel you're not getting the level of understanding that you need. So sometimes it shouldn't just be that way. Shouldn't just be expected that it will always be that angle. But because of the kind of fear that is existing, these things are relationship fears that if it's not properly handled, it will destroy a lot of things. So another major thing I'm going to pick out, or I'm going to point out, another basic fear is the fear of like I'm not good enough. So I think I'm not good enough. You see, once you feel bad, once you feel unworthy, once you feel defective, once you feel incomplete, your thoughts will definitely include something like this. I'm not worthy of love. I don't think anybody can love me. I am not worthy of love. So even when the guy, the boy, the young man, the husband, the wife is doing his possible best, you just feel I can't be loved. I don't think that I can be loved. I'm not worthy of love. What is love? Does love even exist? So you see, this kind of feeling that is bad once it occurs, is going to produce something like, you begin to tell yourself, I feel ashamed about my faults. So sometimes when some things go wrong, instead of talking about it, bringing it up, like you accept the fault where you need to accept it, you accept the blame where you need to accept it. No, but because of this, trying to be, I'm not worthy. Or trying to, since let me just help myself. Let me. So you feel ashamed about faults. You feel ashamed. You say, I feel ashamed about my fault. So as a result of your feelings, what do? You criticize others because you want to protect that part. You are ashamed of it. You don't want to accept it. You don't want it to be discussed. It should just be swept under the carpet. So anytime this is trying to come up, you see yourself criticizing others just to back up the fact. And when a lot of criticisms begin to exist, begin to happen, begin to flow in your mind, automatically a lot of things will go wrong. A lot of things is going to go wrong. You see yourself criticizing. You're always criticizing. You always, what is criticizing? What is criticism? You're always trying to bring out the negative aspect, the negative aspect of of others, which may be of more intense, which may be more how do I put it now, more weighty than yours. And once that comes, the other one will die off. So the topic has changed. These things will affect the marriage, will affect the relationship, will affect every kind of relationship, marital and even social. So when this kind of fear occurs, it will bring out a thought like, and a behavior like you see yourself trying to hide your true self, you begin to hide your true self. You don't want to bring out your real identity. You are covering up. You always demand reassurance. No amount of assurance is enough for you. You are just demanding for reassurance continuously. It's very wrong. This is because of the kind of fear that is existing in you, and you just got to deal with them. You just got to handle them. If not, it may result to a lot of things. So when this happen, also you are going to have difficulty in hearing criticism. Of course, the world we live is filled with criticism. Yes, a lot of negative criticisms. It will come. So, but when you have built yourself on this aspect, you find it difficult to hear criticism. They can't talk about you. If they talk about you, it's a problem because of the way you have built yourself in line with this fear that is existing in you. You find it difficult to hear criticism. When someone talk, you feel this is just criticism. What do they call it in Nigeria? It's speech. Mm-hmm. It's speech. So anyone who tries that, anyone won't talk about anything on your angle, on your side, that is it speech. And they have to go for it. They have to go for it. You can do, in fact, you are ready to even, no, now, you're even ready to put an end to the marriage, put an end to the relationship, put an end to the courtship just because of that. because of the way you have built yourself, because of the fear that you have allowed to take all of you. Not just that, you will see yourself, you compare yourself unfavorably to others. You will see yourself comparing. I call it unhealthy comparisons. Unhealthy comparison. You begin to compare yourself with others. Sometimes you try to bring out the reason why you are better. Sometimes it could not just be that you, in any angle and areas, you just begin to like compare. In mathematics, you compare and contrast. That is what you kept on doing. That's what you continue doing. Instead of building, instead of developing, instead of oiling the union, you just see yourself. When this is happening, when there's this level of comparisons, you don't have time for development. You don't have time to build them more. You don't have time to structure things them more. They are not needed. You're just busy bringing up. I think I'm okay. This is achieved. This is gotten ready. I am okay. We are comparing instead of building yourself the more. All right. So this is the little we're going to talk about today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with us. If there's anything you want to suggest, a suggestion, comment, anything at all, suggestions, your comments, contributions, drop them right there. All right. We're going to see you in our next episode of Relationship Gist. Thank you for being with us. This remains amazing reality. This video coming from you all the way from United Arab Emirates. Once again, thank you. If you've not commented, if you've not subscribed as well, please subscribe and turn on your notification button so that when the other episode will drop, you will be notified. Thank you, and thank you very much.